Guys, I am so exhausted. I'm having my coffee still. Well, I'm finishing up for the most part, making sure no leaves fell in my coffee. Although it has a top, I love this mug. I got this from Amazon. It's a Stanley. It's like one of those, I guess that's the brand, right? Like that camping situation. It holds your beverage so hot. I love this little mug, and it's deep. Good morning. Good morning. A little cute dog just passed me. I've been noticing this trend for a while now with people that are my age. You know who you guys are. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, but I'm gonna also bring in late 40s, right? Because I feel like, and especially in your late 40s, because I went through it, so I can discuss it. There is a transition, especially when you're about to get into your 50s. 50 has showed up for me, thank God, in a blessed way, but totally different. And to be honest, I really didn't have anything to compare it with, right? Because if you think about the psychology of getting of the aging process, when you are entering your 50s, it's a big smack in the face, because like, what do you compare it to? And for me, keeping agile, guys, you know how I feel about exercise, working out, getting in those gains. People think that exercise, you have to do a lot. You really don't have to do a lot. You can benefit a lot in your workout by going hard in intervals. I have mentioned that before, but just to give you a short synopsis, you go hard, hard. Like if you're on the treadmill, like run really hard for, I would say keep that at least for like between 1 to 5 minutes if you can, even 1 to 3, and then stop. Or I should say ease up, do a light walk on the treadmill. Of course, be safe. They even have those things where you could like connect to the machine so you don't go flying away. It's not funny. I would say do that about 3 times. Go fast, go slow, go fast, go slow, go fast, go slow. And I think that within 20 minutes, you could be done with your workout. You got it in, and you were able to get your heart rate up to a healthy state, break out into a nice healthy sweat. I feel like people don't like to sweat anymore. But you know what? Sweating is actually healthy. It's especially when you get older. Like, guys, let's get down to the basics. It really means a lot to me. I feel like people don't like to sweat. And aging is a healthy process. Process been going on, right? Let's just be perfectly honest. But when you find yourself smack dead in the middle of it, especially when you're going through menopause, or you find yourself to be in a premenopausal state, it can leave you in such a up-down spiral. And I feel like there's still, for us to be this far with everything else, we have the AI, we have all these things, and we're still so behind when it comes to the health of women going through these natural processes. Now, who's to say what is the natural order? Because everybody is different. My grandmother, God bless her spirit, when she passed on, not a wrinkle in sight. Okay, that was her. I wrote this post about saying yes to the face. We live in a society where everybody is running for the hills to get surgery done. And by all means, I am not standing on my soapbox saying that you are wrong for doing these things. I feel like this is your body, this is your life. You do what you want to do, boo. Do you. But it does leave the people like myself. I'm a lotion and potion person. I always will choose the holistic route. That's just my personality. Hence the sirens. That's just my personality. I've always been like this, guys. I remember when I first started getting my menstrual cycle, I, for a very long time, would not even take what was that, Tylenol at the time. No, I just felt like let my body go through things natural, because it's not like I'm advocating for any one thing. It's just who I am generally. With that being said, there are a lot of people that wish they can get work done, right, but cannot afford it. Where does it leave women that would love to get work done but can't afford it, or the women that are like myself that choose to do things more holistically? And with this economy, everything is expensive, right? Like, I mean, it's crazy, right? Even down to making healthy choices and paying your bills, right? And if you are in a fixed income, where does that leave you? Well, today's your lucky day. First of all, it's a mindset. Number one, omit yourself from looking at the things that will trigger you. The Instagrams, the young baddies. Why are you sitting here looking at all these women that are doing the very thing, living the very life that, I hate to say it, that it's just not your lane. It's just not your lane. Now, is it going to be, back up. Before I go any further, I am not saying don't dream. I'm not saying not to aspire to. I'm not saying not to go for it. But what I am saying is, it's really unhealthy to surround yourself with things, topics, music, things that you consume visually as well, when you know that you're going in the opposite direction. Case in point, when I chose to no longer color my hair, I had to make a big shift, and it was so crazy. And the only reason why I believe that I knew to do that, because that's what I have always done with everything that I found myself wanting to, go in a direction of being the thing, having the thing. When I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, I was consuming a lot of either videos, music, podcasts, everything that would get me closer to understanding the notes, because I didn't grow up playing an instrument, right? But then what happened was something beautiful started happening. I started understanding the notes. I started being more comfortable of learning how to hold the guitar. Now, am I playing in a jazz company? No, I'm not. But you know what? I can hang in my own small but large way. Same thing with the aging process. If you are in a position where you're no longer in your 20s, dare I say, you're no longer in your 20s, and you know it, and you say to yourself, well, you know what? I'm in a different era in my life. I am not trying to go against it. I choose to go through the aging process gracefully, because that's the lane I'm on personally. But at the same time, I'm still doing it, right? I feel like minds think alike. Go in a direction that you know that you see yourself being in. That's basically what I'm saying. Why put yourself through all this anguish? When I decided to go gray, I started reading books of women that were in that mindset and how they did it. I started looking what did they do, like how their mannerisms, how they were able to stand out and feel comfortable within themselves. And the funny thing is, I didn't have a problem with my gray hair until I decided to not color the gray hair. I know, it's so weird. I say this all to say, it's wise to take time to cultivate where you're new phase in life is going, because I feel like if you just live your life like aimlessly, it's just a downhill. You're gonna find yourself going through a lot of depression, and just unnecessary mental anguish, because you're not taking charge of what you are consuming. I just want to say that, guys, because it's a real thing. A lot of people are going underneath the knife. A lot of people are doing all the things just to stay visually appeasing. And I get it, because even these like phones, just the other day my iPhone updated. Everything is an update, so why wouldn't you want to update yourself? But you know what? You can still update yourself mentally. No, you may not be going underneath the knife. You may not be doing all the things. I personally, I feel so empowered now that I had to go through and I had to reframe my way of thinking to get to this point. I don't want to come here and act like I just woke up like this, okay? Because I didn't. And plus, I'm a little tired today. I was out with Benjamin. Anyway, I digress. I didn't just wake up like this. I didn't just wake up with this concept. It was work that was being done over a course of time to get me to this way of thinking and feeling comfortable. You know, I don't feel misplaced because my gray hair showed. Whereas before, I noticed I had to train myself. Life is all about training. And I think that when we get to a certain age, we don't realize that the training doesn't stop. If anything, you need the training even more so, because the things that used to work no longer work. Say you work out when you were in your 20s, in your 30s, dare I say even in your early 40s, it's not the same to when you're in your 50s, in your 60s. I spent all this money, guys, on a personal trainer, and don't get me wrong, I was seeing results, but I also was seeing negative results. I started having all this, what's this right here? I was getting like so, how can I say, my midsection was holding on to weight, because the way your body tends to deal with pressure is different. You start to hold on. Your body goes into survival mode, and all, you could look it up, you could read it. It's a known fact that when you go through menopause, you do hold on to a lot of the weight in your midsection. You tend to hold weight in that area, and I was no short of that. It wasn't until I changed my way of thinking, which hence changed the way I started working out, that I melt off. And I'll do a whole segment. Leave a comment down below if you would like help in that area. I could only share my what helped me, but I believe that my way of doing things is definitely a good proponent for any woman that would like to shed a little weight as well. I have always been a slim person, but yet and still I had a pooch, okay? And it went down significantly when I changed my whole way of doing things. So leave a comment down below if you would like some tips in that area. I just want to pop in and give a word of encouragement to anybody that is feeling down on themselves, because they do see the changes, and they either may want to just like, you know, be okay with like, hey, it's okay to age. It's okay to not look the same. Oh, I thought I was getting nipped, honey, by a little bug. It's okay to not be the same that you were when you were in your 20s. I mean, there's beauty in everything. I'm sitting in nature right now. I'm enjoying the views. Just a couple of weeks ago, I'm still looking at a tree that still does not have all its leaves, right? Just a couple of weeks ago, this whole area was barren. There was no leaves. I don't look the same like how I did last year, and nor should you. It's okay. I feel like when we live in a state of acceptance, allowing the natural phases of life and learning from those phases, as well as enhancing, tweaking, seeing what works, celebrating what no longer works for you, as well as implementing new things. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I love me a good scarf. I don't know, guys, I'm always I'm in a season where I might feel a little more chilly, okay, but I'm still doing the thing. I'm going to still like put my little cuteness on for me, meeting myself where I need to be, whereas not trying to stuff myself into an old character that no longer serves me. I hope that was helpful. I feel like I've been through, we went around the world a little bit, but the vlogs, it is what it is. Leave a comment down below. We already know what's up. I'm on my phone, guys. I'm on my phone. I said to myself that I should bring my DJI, and I didn't. And at this point, I don't even know. We are just doing the thing. I feel like the footage is still cute. I mean, with all this money that we pay for these phones, I better be able to record on this here on cell phone the way I choose on my podcast. Be sure to check that out at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the links will be down below. I'm also thinking about buying this cute little, I believe it's a DJI mic, so the sound quality could be a little better. I'm seeing, I'm a one-woman show. It's all on me, okay? So we're doing the best that we can, celebrating ourselves where we are, but not allowing ourselves not to create the content. Stay in love, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Everybody's like coming around me. All right, like, bye.